Vilolo tout moun. A Oshinago, jodi an merkredi. Jogo. And to my people, I apologize already. I'm going to have to do this in English because I want everybody to understand. Like I have always known, because I've spoken some truth, I've had been targeted in a way that it wasn't so obvious. And in parentheses, entre parenthèses, for a lot of my friends and true friends, I should say, and family members that were true and honest, that stuck by their values, that kept it real. And like we say in Creole, take up in a bon bois. My heart goes to you, and I am so ever grateful for you, for respecting my will, for respecting my wishes, for not forcing me to enter things that I did not want to, for not pushing me to any type of directions because of my spiritual gifts, like everybody has theirs, trying to define my mission, being a bystander when people have tried to humiliate me and try to do things that were hurtful and painful. But amazingly enough, for just being myself. You guys, I don't have a message for the universe. I renounce to any of my psychic abilities because of you, humanity. Like many others, like many other mediums have done. Somebody with a very powerful relative, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, or somebody who probably has some type of compromising evidence on them has been forcing the note, because I'm so sorry that you do not have that gift, you were not born with it, and you're counting on my insight. That's done, because I've realized that this will cause more problem to the world than anything else. It just shows me how people love glory. Everybody loves to be the best. Everybody loves to be the bully. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not the word bully. You want to change people, right? Based on your own assumption, your own perceptions. And yet you claim and you try to fight or be this advocate about equal rights, equity, respecting each other's right, tolerance, which, by the way, doesn't mean that you can go and kill someone because you just feel like it, but tolerance within the social norms. And for those who claim to be Christians or religious, it's so funny how you forgot the same principles that you've been preaching on and on and on when it suits you, but forget them when it is to serve your own ego or your own interest. So today I have something very important to tell people. I've known many people have already done and tried to find out about my soul journey, past lives, blah, blah, blah. I've said that before. I've, at my age, in my 40s, who I am, I already am. The evolution of a soul occurs naturally. But for you, whoever told you that you have to be this karmic revenge on that person, I know exactly what's that coming from. Because I did also take that same class about past life regression. And just like human beings are flawed, and just like at some point the world was believed to be flat, but later was discovered to be round, and so many theories that has been advanced and that were taken for the truth, for facts, have been debunked throughout centuries and throughout destinies, throughout the years, throughout generations. So I would suggest that you take things in a grain of salt. When somebody's powerful, have the means, financial means, the connections, the power, they can make you believe that the world is flat. Just like Galileo. Right? This whole Galileo story, same thing. Right? The world is flat. Then, oops, it's been proven it's not. It's round, and it's part of a what? Of a solar system. In any event, at my age, I don't have anything to prove to people. And when I was facing my darkest moment, I was alone. There were a few people that stood by me. They came, they left. And there are some few friends that are still standing. And forever, I am completely grateful to them. And that's true love. That's agape love. And I'm so thankful for them. Because they don't try to change me. They accept me for who I am. They don't try to say, oh, I could do better, or I could unlock this, unlock that. Because somebody is trying to bribe. Somebody who has polls all over. Talking about narcissist, talking about this and that. I'm nobody's punching bag. I know I've said that, and you're going to try again like you've done before. But I know why I've been taking it and not saying anything. Sometimes I react, sometimes I don't. Just like you guys wanted to show me a lesson. Every time you don't get your way, because I'm supposed to pass on messages, you block me. My work, you harass me in my work. You harass me so that I can basically learn a living. Because I was listening to a song that says, working is freedom. There. You know what's the ultimate freedom? It's not on this world. None of you are free. You are part of the matrix, in case you didn't realize. So, the ones that are actually very, very brave are those that you call weak. Because when they realize their souls are being wasted on this realm, they decide to ascend. And believe me, your God, the same God, I do believe in the higher power, but your conception of this God, okay, does forgive them. Because then again, you guys repeat stuff and not even paying attention. If he is all merciful, he will understand that a soul does not feel comfortable here. And this energy is not his energy. And especially the souls that are in the last reincarnation, they cannot relate to this world. The more time passes by, the more it is that the more that feeling of not belonging grows. And your role, guys, is to make sure and to push them and push them and push them. And I guarantee you, all of those souls that you push to the brim, to the limit, you will Whenever you lose one of them, the world feels it. It has repercussion on the world. I'm not seeking for your glory. I'm not a teacher. I'm not here to teach people about spiritual awakening. I'm at my last. I'm not. I have been awakened. And when you guys are calling me weak and saying, oh, happy birthday, because, oh my gosh, I feel like my soul feels like going, and then you try to do stuff to try to lower my vibration so I can stay at your dimension, it's not helping. Because if you do believe in the supreme power, he has a plan. And that's all. I'm not going to fight with you anymore. I've tried to become as... And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about the heart. I've tried to become as heartless and as those low vibrations, just like competing with each other, wanting to be better with each other than each other, wanting to hurt people on the premise that makes them grow. Because of course, if I publish a few books, and everybody, I sold millions of copies, all of a sudden, I become notorious. I become an expert on the subject. That's where we are. That's where we're going. Not to mention that you guys are actually now more or less relying on artificial intelligence. It is only at its first stages. Do you understand what's going to happen in a few more years when it's actually much more developed? Do you know what's going to happen to humankind? But none of them my problem. The world politics, I no longer get involved. I used to no longer get involved. The world has made its choice. And it's too bad that it is the way that it's going. I used to love with kids. I used to work with kids. I loved working with kids. And shout out to my little kiddos from special needs, that they are in the spectrum, that they are, they have developmental delays, that they have TBI. They are the purest souls that I've ever encountered. Because like I've always said, they kept the magic alive. They kept me grounded in a lot of ways. It takes a lot of wisdom to understand that. And I'm not saying by any means I'm the wisest. But to all the special need teachers, special need providers, you know what I'm talking about. And that you can call them retards, make fun of them, but trust me, the souls are probably too refined to ever adapt to this world. So whenever you guys try to hurt me, keep on hurting me, and try to, throw punches below the belt with a laugh, with a smile on the face, and, saying, oh my gosh, I just destroyed her. I'm a bully, I'm this, I'm that. Me? You know why sometimes I feel sad? Not because I can answer you, but because I've realized that I've reincarnated in a world like this. And that the generations to come are actually believing that this is the way that life is supposed to be. This is the way that humankind is supposed to act. And while some others are preaching spirituality, the home, the yoga, the this, and then also the Christian going to church, but at the same time, they're saying, about all those reciting verses of the Bible, like, it was just like the second nature for them. But yet, they're the first one to incriminate another fellow member of the church. First one to have an intramural affair with their best friend in the church, but yet go to church every Sunday. And if you're Catholic, you go to confession. And I'm sorry, yes, Catholics have done lots. Yeah, pedophilia, this and all of that. But I'm sorry, I'm an old Catholic. Christians, please, don't point your fingers, because all of you are not so sent either. So having said all of that, I didn't ask anyone to change me, especially at not 45. So far, I have faced the dark night of my soul alone when nobody could understand what was going on to me. So now I don't need people to try to guide me or change me. And for the second thing is I'm not here to teach. I'm not a teacher. No, darling. No, I'm not a teacher. No. I'm not a teacher. No, darlings. I'm not. That's not my mission. The person that did tell you that it was my mission, of course, they had pulls. Money talk, isn't it? That's how this world revolves. Not to say that money is not important. Money is very important, right? But values remain. And when you are spreading that type of propaganda, especially among youth that are looking forward and that are looking up to supposedly more matured adults, more experienced adults, there's nothing else that you are doing but destroying the future of humankind. Anything that we had that was they say human beings are born good. Nurture may change or may affect their nature. And gosh, did we have not seen examples of that? Because the good people, those that are still showing kindness, that are polite, that are wise, are considered to be weak. So, may your reign of the self-destruction prevail, because that's what you chose. May the art of war become your Bible, as I see a lot of you preaching its benefits and is the knowledge that it's teaching, which, by the way, I've read when I was a political science student, right? And I can say that actually a lot of the concept have been misconstrued. Anyways, English is not my first language. Misunderstood. So, having said all that, I am not here to save the world. Last, I'm not here to change people. Last, I'm not here to teach you how to live your life. That's you guys. That's you guys' choices. When a child is young, as a parent, you can guide them. After 18, 20, honey, that's your choice. I just hope and wish that all those kids that I've ever encountered Follow the light. What you guys call the light is totally different than what is really the light. Because the light is a different concept. An enlightened soul does not respond the same to low vibration, meaning insults, low belt fight, like low belt punches, fights, jab, 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 because I'm better. I'm this, I'm that, I'm good at competition. I can show you that I can do this better. The word challenge has become the epitome of the this or the magical word for the last decade. Yeah. What has that just shown us or took us? Look at around the world. Look at how it's done. Look at all the conflicts. So, but hey, I'm not here to teach. That comes from within. Your souls will grow. Your souls will learn. Like I said, I may live 20 years. I may live 40 years. I may live a week. I may live 2 weeks. I may live to this and that. But one thing I do know, this world right now, the way it's changing, call me weak if I can't see myself really fitting in. You have a wonderful afternoon, and may the world finally see the light.